Hey YouTube, I'm Ryan, and I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes when I was 25. In those years, I fluctuated from anywhere between 50 to 70 pounds overweight and constantly felt sluggish and just altogether crappy. I was constantly tired, mentally foggy, I had frequent urination, and I was either thirsty or hungry nearly all of the time. As far as symptoms go, I had them all. If I cut myself, it seemed to take way longer to heal than it should. I had frequent tingling, numbness, and pain in my feet, off and on, almost all the time. I also had occasional nausea, dry mouth, and itching skin, especially in the groin or on my back. Over the past 10 years, I've spent, well, I don't know how much on blood glucose meters, insulin injections, and lots of different diabetes prescriptions. The point is, I realized that I was never feeling any better, and when I started to look into diabetes more on my own, I found out something that's obvious to me now but wasn't at the time, that all of the diabetes treatments, whether they were injections or medications, didn't do anything at all to treat, let alone cure, the actual disease. They were only used to reduce all of the symptoms of diabetes that you're having all of the time. I learned by reading case study after case study that all of the big pharmaceutical companies that are pushing those drugs don't care at all about curing your diabetes, or anyone else's disease for that matter. They only care about making you dependent on their drugs so that you have to buy them year after year and make them millions. Why would they tell you that if you only change your lifestyle with a few simple tweaks and bought a few different things at your grocery store, you can be completely free of any and all of the diabetes symptoms for life, and all while even eating almost all of your favorite foods? First, I guess I should tell you that I tried all of those things that we're all told to do, like lots of different diets, like the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, and countless others. I also tried eating only low glycemic index foods, lots of exercise, reducing stress, giving up alcohol, and every artificial sweetener on the market, just to name a few. None of which cured my diabetes, obviously, and worse yet, none of them even did much at all to relieve all of the painful symptoms of diabetes that I had to live with day in and day out. Then one day I made a decision to try to find anything that I could to naturally treat the disease of diabetes and not just the symptoms. And I decided to research anything and everything online that might help me. I found out that lots of people were following the simple instructions in this new guide that was written by a former diabetic, and that they were actually confusing their doctors by having better blood sugar levels than ever before and having their diabetes symptoms disappear altogether. I figured why not give it a try, so I made the pretty simple changes to my daily life that the guide suggested, and I waited to see what would happen from there. I'm now very happy to say that I've been completely free from any and all diabetes symptoms for the past 2 years. Since then, I've lost over 50 pounds, and I have more energy than I did in my teens. And I can't tell you how much less mentally foggy and clear-headed I am now. After years of trying everything, I finally found what I was looking for all along. The first thing that I noticed was that my constant hunger and thirst stopped right away, within the first few days actually. In a few more days, the frequent urination went away, and after a few weeks, I started to notice more increased energy, basically like I hadn't felt for years. In the first month, I lost over 10 pounds, and I didn't feel mentally foggy like I had for so many years before. The guide is written by someone who knows about diabetes all too well, and figured out how to finally get rid of all of the problems and symptoms of diabetes once and for all, by stopping what triggers your diabetes in the first place. It's easy enough to follow, and there's no crazy diet restrictions, frustrating lifestyle changes, or expensive medications to buy. Actually, you can find everything you'll need at your local grocery store, and it tells you exactly what to do to get rid of all of your diabetes symptoms as soon as possible. and how to keep yourself healthy and diabetes free for the rest of your life. I strongly urge anyone with type 1 or 2 diabetes to read this guide and follow it to the letter. I just can't recommend it enough.